I'm joined here today by Jackie Tomer, the GM at the Lloyd exhibition. And today we're going to be talking about the fair and how it went, with the new location and all the little differences that there are compared to previous years. So thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks for having me.
So let's start with how this year's fair went. I know that there was a new location on where the fair was located on the X ground. So talk me through why you guys decided to choose a new location and how that went.
Yeah, so our theme this year was Times Are Changing, and we wanted to host a fair that was a lot different than any other fair. And we did that by changing locations. We wanted to maybe keep our guests a little cleaner. So we put the fair out on the pavement so that we didn't have to do dust control and have the oil back on the parking lot. And then our guests, if it rained, it would just dry up fairly quickly, and it would just keep our guests a little cleaner, our grounds a little cleaner, and would be a little better for strollers and wheelchairs and those sorts of things.
And seeing it in the new location and actually being at the fair, did you notice that those were something that people did like about this new location, or have you received any feedback from it being in a different spot?
Yeah, we've received lots of feedback. Most of the guests really, really enjoyed the new location. They enjoyed the pavement. They enjoyed being closer to the buildings, which was another strategy that we wanted to do. So we wanted to showcase the events that we have inside the buildings, the petting zoo, the ag shows, the Creates It show. And the ladies that put on the Creates It show, that committee had the most traffic that they've ever had through their displays. So it was really great to showcase our local people that put a lot of time into that. It was really great to see all of the traffic we got through the ag buildings, to see the heavy horses, the sheep show. So that was another strategy that really, really helped, was our buildings were a lot busier. People were a little closer to the indoor bathrooms, which they appreciated. And moms could be a little closer to change rooms for the babies, and just to get in maybe into the AC and out of the heat, every once in a while, was a big, big advantage.
That's awesome. And I know, the fair is something that's a ginormous event here in Lloydminster. So it's great that you guys were able to make these changes, and they did seem to work out very nicely. Do you have any numbers currently on how many attendees joined for the fair or anything like that?
Yeah, we do. So we base our fair on a couple different metrics. Number one, though, is being safety and security. We had no major incidences, and we're really proud of that. People felt safe and secure at our fair. We had excellent security, and we had no major weather incidents. We just had a wonderful week. But yes, we were up in about 10% in attendance. So it seemed like people really enjoyed coming to the fair. With the new layout, it's always hard to judge how big the fair is compared to where the old layout was. But rest assured that we had just as many rides, if not a couple more, that were able to span our parking lot. So it wasn't a downsized fair at all. It was just as big, if not a little bit bigger. And yeah, that showed in the attendance of about 10% more.
And another addition to this fair was the running of the bulls that you guys held. How did that go? And break down what kind of went on during that the running of the bulls.
Yeah, this was our second year doing the running of the bulls. There is a couple other fairs in Western Canada that do it, so we aren't the only ones that do this crazy event. And we had just over 20 participants, which was awesome. And then we expanded the show. We did a calf scramble that turned out really well, and we did wild pony races. And those kids had a blast. So the two events we had prior to running of the bulls were really well attended by children and their parents and grandparents, and the kids had a blast. And thanks to our great sponsors that helped put up the prizes for that, Walking on Water, and then we did the running of the bulls, and we had some great sponsors jump on board with that. It's a crazy event, and they sign up for it, and we provide the attraction, and we'll see. Our board meets every fall in the committees, and they decide if they want to continue with those events. We evaluate every single event we do here, so we'll see if it makes a return or not.
That would be awesome for those fans who do like that type of an event. This year seemed to be one of the most successful years. I know the fair is always very popular, but this year it seemed like times were really changing, and it fit the theme really well with the changes that you guys have made, and it seemed to have been a huge success. Is there anything that you noticed that could be changed for next year, or do you think that this is kind of where the starting ground for years to come will be?
Yeah, we definitely know of some changes already that we have to do. One thing that we were really happy with is we were able to offer a pre-sale again, and we had a lot of the community take advantage of the pre-sale. So, you know, for a family, you could get in relatively discounted if you took advantage of the pre-sale, including the armbands. So we're going to do that again. That's going to be a staple. We hope that we can partner with the Lloyd Mall again and do it down there. One of the hardest hit industries through COVID was the trade show industry and people that travel and make their living in large groups and large gatherings. So that's been slow to come back, but we definitely want to have a robust trade show again. So we're going to work hard over this next 11 months to build our trade show again, and then just continue to tweak our programming. You know, we want to offer as much as we can here, and we want to put the focus on a lot of local entertainment and games and fun. And you know, we had a local to Lloyd marketplace, and they did really, really well, and it was nice to see their products. So we're going to expand on all the things that worked. We're going to tweak the things that we want to tweak. And yeah, we're already looking forward to 2024.
Which is awesome to have that kind of plan right after it going ahead, because it's still fresh in your mind, so you'll know what to hit next year when the planning officially starts. But I think this was a fantastic year for you guys and for the parade and for the fair itself. I think it's really improved after COVID, and you
Mm.
know definitely getting back into that normal, and like you said, hopefully the trade show circuit can come up again, and you
Mhm.
guys can take advantage of help bringing that back. So thank you so much for joining me, and I'm super excited for next year already, and I am sure a lot of people are, to see what
Yeah.
changes you guys make and how you guys can improve on an already successful fair this year. So thank you.
Yes, thank you, Abby. You know, we really want to just give a shout out to all the volunteers. You know, this fair is put on by, you know, a small group of people that are really trying their best. And if anyone has any ideas, we're always open to hear them.